Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta. The last episode of Terra Invicta, if you're watching this on YouTube, ended with the blue screen of death. So, everything going according to plan. You'll still have the local recording version. You may end up with the Twitch version, because I may have to download the Twitch version and upload that. But if you're wondering why there's no outro if you're watching this on YouTube, that is why. Twitch got a couple text messages in the chat having me telling them what was going on. So I think if everything went according to plan, and it looks like everything's going according to plan, we didn't really lose much. We were either in the middle of that last cycle. I think we were in the middle of the last cycle. We're still going to Ceres. You're still going to Ceres. Okay, so what we were doing, I think, was 12 days in the future. So we lost the last 12 days of gameplay because of the blue screen to death. That's tolerable. I can work with that. So yeah, we're going to continue playing off this autosave. I'm going to do a quick design of a ship. Basically, I wanted to do the Tang 2, but not an out-of-system colony ship. It crashed right as I did the swap from out-of-system colony ship to troop carrier. I'm not sure if that's what caused the crash. Just to make sure that is not what caused the crash, I'm just not going to try to repeat it again. Because I don't know how that would have caused the blue screen of death. Let's just say I don't think that was the cause of the crash. But if that was the cause of the crash, we're not going to repeat it because we'd like to keep playing. So we're going to armor the ship up. This is basically just going to be a troop carrier, so we're just going to give it enough armor that hit scan lasers don't blow it up. Give it an ultra-light phase cannon. It's not like we're worried for exotics at the moment. It's got no hull weapons. The whole purpose of building this is to have some utility modules, specifically the Elite Marine unit and the Hydron Trap, which also costs some exotics. So that's all the exotics the ship's basically use. Was ship designer. I wanted the radiator. We need to give it a radiator. And it gets the Dusty Plasma radiator. And what we want it, because it's going to weigh about the same as the Tang Block 2. We want to basically have the same flying capacity. So 200,000 KPS-ish is what we're aiming for with fuel tanks. Yeah, something like that. That should work. Roll, and that was the button click that crashed the game, so presumably the game is not going to crash at this point. We should get to playing perfectly fine. Save the design. And then we're comparing the Growler with the Tang, and actually has a little bit better capacity to fly. That's fine. We're going to equip these. These are going to be going after gold mines in the inner system, basically. And in fact, I can build a couple of these right away. So we can get a couple of these queued up at Mars. Growler. They can basically spend the 12 days or so, or the 12 days or so that the ship we have inbound to Mars is traveling, being built. Yeah, we'll go for a full 4. So 4 batches of Marines should be enough to take the base we were looking at last time. We'll have to go find that base again, but that'll be fine. And we just finished up purging Laos. And that was done early in the mission, so I don't need to modify anything there. So then go public campaign in Vietnam.
We must persuade the people.
High G recombinance, max combat acceleration, maximum cruise acceleration. Don't think that necessarily affects any of our ships, but we'll research that when we've got availability to research. And yeah, the only global tech that's not a repeatable we haven't finished is proton fusion. So we're pretty much at the end of the tech tree. We need nobles to build ships, and we need to conquer the solar system. That's where we're at. I'll pick this one first.
Violence is abating.
Violence is abating.
Order is returning.
Order is returning.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Space facility. I think that's mission control, not boost. So this is arrived at Mars, is refueling, which doesn't take very long. And now we want to find where we want to fly this out to. I think this was the day it specifically crashed on. And it was this location we wanted to go to. Out you go. And it's going to be there in like a week and a bit. If anything, I should probably be getting, in addition to the nobles, I should be getting more antimatter. I'm a little too aggressive with the flying, we'll run low on antimatter. And then we're going to send these guys out to the asteroid as well that we were just at. That's a quick way to get back there again, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you can see we're kind of at the point with the tech tree where most of the expensive stuff is done, so we just fly through the rest of it pretty quick. Or they're these ones, which this is decently expensive. This is 20,000. The more Earth we own, the more science we get. The more science we get, the more we can do a bunch of crazy stuff. I suppose we still get more from Habs than we do anywhere else. Nations is the number 2. And they've arrived. So we're going to put up a fusion platform here for refueling. Comes with the construction module that we don't actually need here, but I'm not going to delete it. And then PD and a space dock. So when that dock's done, it can refuel there and go to the next place with nobles.
Offering assistance.
And they have arrived. Please take possession of that hab. This is alien fleet engaging our fleet, I believe, at Jupiter. And they don't want to fight us. They wanted to come for what they're doing, but they didn't want to fight us. Okay. Only one problem for them. They can't outrun me, apparently. Or is this, This might... No, this is the Ceres. This is the fleet of Ceres. They still can't outrun me. They are running, so we're going to be engaging them at full speed to decrease the likelihood they can actually escape. We probably want to engage the smaller ships first and work our way up the battle line. Sailing over range. Okay. They're immediately engaging in some maneuvering. Incoming alien, presumably missiles. just about hitting laser range. Oh, I forgot to turn the lasers off in Guardian mode in the design, so they all got Guardian mode by default. That's probably fine. It's a little annoying, but it's fine. Ooh, a lot more kinetics coming up. Those are definitely missiles of that weapon depth. Ooh, that thing's got a lot of missiles. I guess that is a battleship class. They've launched them all at this point, but they had 48 missiles. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be a little bit ineffective while our Guardian point defense lasers or point defense, or the Guardian phaser cannons up front are open engaging on the lasers as well. Okay. Let's engage the flankers and we'll swap back to the line afterwards. And our ships have at this point taken functionally no damage over Ceres. And Ceres does have a space dock, so we'll be able to refuel, do whatever minor repairs we need to, and move onward. So one thing about having the main cannons on Guardian mode is they are preventing a lot of the projectiles from getting through. So I think we've taken exactly 1 hit, maybe 2 hits. Depends. Well, actually, no, we've been taking hits from the laser. I think we've only taken 1 hit that's semi-serious. Six remaining ships. Most of the remaining kinetics are coming off of the battleship and the battlecruiser. So we'll disable one, and then the other. I should be able to mop up what's left at this point pretty easily. Again, pretty negligible damage. Scratch off the paint scratches at the dock, and we'll be on to the next objective. Oh, it's actually both battlecruisers, not the battleship. Firing kinetics at me. At this point, it looks like the enemy fleet is either all frontal or they've lost most of their weapons. Okay, there we go. 3.5 exotics for the trouble. Base captured. The mine did not survive intact, so the mine must be repaired. We're going to upgrade the core. Oh no, is it the tier 3? Tier 2 core. Get the core. Got an nanofactory, we'll let it keep its nanofactory, that makes sense. Got a heavy fission reactor. We're going to want to replace the fission reactors at some point with fusion. Let's go to farm. Keep the farm. Okay, so right now it's going to be about 30 power short after the mine is complete and repaired. Although that does mean we don't need the heavy fission pile at this point. It's only providing 30 power. We'd be better off replacing you with a fusion reactor array. Yeah, just the fusion reactor array. That'll put us power positive. In fact, at that point we can tear up the heavy fission reactor array to save on the exotics. Or not the exotics, on the radioactives. You can fly to the station. 1.3 hours. You're there. Begin repairs and refueling. Profitable investments. Money makes the world go round. Do a quick resupply. Okay. So, that is Sari secured. Is there... So the easiest way to check is... Which tab is it? This tab? This tab. Aliens. I want to know, is there any in Mercury? No. Venus? No. Earth, Luna. Inner system asteroids. There is one ruined ship. We'll ignore that. Mars. A bunch of ruined ships. We can ignore those. Inner asteroids. Middle asteroids, yes. In transit to a station. Iron Tower Station. Does this overplace the aliens have a mine, perhaps? Yes. Okay, let's not burn all the fuel. Let's go give them a rude awakening. In 30 weeks we arrive, we blow up the station up. And then we do the ground bombardment, blow up the alien mining location. Or... do I cancel that? Let's cancel that, actually. I probably want to get into Jupiter properly. And we'll save that for when we've got a second major fleet putzing around. So, go to the Jupiter refueling station. You'll arrive in 23.35 weeks. Please and thank you.
Order is
From that
returning.
point, we can buzz around the Jupiter system, clear out the Jupiter system, and then start colonizing it en masse.
Things are cooling off.
Jupiter, I think, has more nobles in it as
Things
well.
are stabilizing.
Things are stabilizing.
We've moved the needle.
I think it's 14k, gets another 10 of those ships. 14k nobles, yeah. This is a little bit of saving up. Yeah, that means that the annual production only makes like half a fleet a year. Manufacturing at Ceres. Okay, so you're done. That means I no longer need the nanofactory. So we should overwrite the nanofactory with something. Something useful. Life science, it's life. Say space. Probably don't need the regular fusion reactor anymore. Although it is already tier 3. It probably makes sense not to run everything that's just power here. We got a farm, yes. Got a battle station. I don't want to spend the boost for the civilian complex. It's probably going to be energy, space, life, which we already have. Those materials. That'll give us some exotics as well. We can go through that again. Nice space materials. Energy. And we have lots of power. Could probably override a few more things. We probably should override a few more things. I maybe don't need as many power plants. Life. Overwrite you with space. Overwrite you with materials. How many each do I have? 3 or 4, 3, 3. Let's do another energy. Actually, no, I apparently need about that much power. This is 900 each. Yeah, okay, so the last heavy fusion is actually overkill by like 10 power. Okay, I can work with that. It's good enough for Ceres. Well, that's when that's done, we'll have the check mark for Ceres. Well, I'll say check mark. It's not a check mark. We'll have the complete for Ceres. For tier 3 base on Ceres. I think everyone recommend? No. Okay, no. Can't do any admin either, so it's investigate or science. We'll grab the investigate. You're captain everything but science. We'll grab science on you. Well, and security, but we'll grab science on him. You want commands. The Indian armies get better, although the Indian armies aren't super important anymore. And you're the brand new ones. We're still grabbing command here.
Offering counsel.
Anyway, right now we got 2 major fleets. That to properly secure a system, we probably need to keep one in Jupiter. At least until we think we have the whole system secured. They tend to attack the farthest out fleet location. Or farthest out assaultable fleet location in each system. You have to take 25% less damage from open bombardment? Okay. Grab the automated supply depot, it'll be done literally in a day. The Jupiter station. Okay, the Jupiter station technically hasn't finished the construction module. We are going to start upgrading the core. Specifically because we want to put the helium-3 mine here. That's the other reason we built that station.
I will
It's the
report when
helium-3
my
mine.
mission is complete.
Okay. This one just needs to be tier 1, so we'll just let it stay as tier 1. Automated supply depot is done. You know, we'll start working on the nursery confinement line as well. That way we can compare which is actually better for
Things are cooling off.
flying around space. The final tier drive or the antimatter drives we're running.
Order is returning.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
The people will come to our side.
I think we functionally already have, although we can probably get a little bit better with the next power plant. Oh, we had a coup in North Korea. Oh dear. Well, we'll just be back in charge in a couple weeks. I think we're running the second best engine. Well, hypothetically the second best engine, other than the fact that it costs antimatter. Okay, so that means the fleet there. Repair and... Well, that's what we get for underestimating how easy it would be to go through all the all the antimatter reserves. We don't have enough antimatter. Okay. So let's take some steps to fix that. Mercury. I want a ring platform somewhere in Mercury. Well, Mercury works. Here, we're going to put a command center. And a solar farm to provide power. And a super collider. And a solar farm. And a super collider. Another super collider. Solar farm, super collider. Solar farm, super collider. Go. And that's all my nobles for the moment. So I gotta stop building them. But when these get done, in September, we'll be making a lot more antimatter. And you're going to provide us with more nobles, yeah, 9.3 a month.
Wrapping up here.
San Juan region decolonized. Okay. So that's Puerto Rico is no longer considered a colony. Puerto Rico is now apparently the 51st state of the United States in this game. Let's say. Took way too long. Okay, so stop public campaigning in Vietnam. You can go purge
Removing
North
our
Korea.
enemies.
As of Islam is completed. I guess we're just going to do management research now in that slot. So we got more control point space. You are repaired. We could... Well, can't fully resupply you yet. That isn't necessarily going to take super long, so we can wait. And we need to... In theory, I suppose we need to actually get the assault cruisers ready as well. You're coming to Low Earth 1. That's a concern. We'll set an arrival alarm. Is my Earth fleet actually stationed somewhere and reasonably fueled? Not that I don't think we would win the fight. It's that I think my fleet's maybe out of the out of space or out of ready standing position. Send you there to refuel. You're at Livingston, not at our main docking refueling location. Okay, you're already going up to tier 2, so I'll let you do your thing. Oh, there we're getting 100 nobles. That'll be really good when it's done. I suppose that's part of the reason we went there, right?
I will help them.
Okay, they're refueled. So we're ready for them to arrive. We might not necessarily have the nobles to refuel the tanks after they're done, because these guys are still running the old H Orion drives, but we can at least meet them in battle.
Things are stabilizing.
Violence is abating.
Violence is abating.
Things are cooling off.
IG recombinance is done. Okay, your construction module is done in Lower Jupiter. That should accelerate the rate that everything upgrades now. And there's even an argument we want to get that up to 9 factories, and then we can just, after we clear them out of the system, use that to build up in the Jupiter system.
We are in control now.
So I could do a full refuel on you. It's going to be moving more for you, right? Oh, now you swapped. That's good. Okay. That module, that allocation is complete. Well, that's the upgrade. So we're going to upgrade again. North Korea under control. Project assistant India. Okay. Upgrade the module. Yeah, fusion reactor array. And we're going to try... Well, we're there, so we can probably happily run the layered defense. We're not worried about it getting jumped. We're not going to upgrade, we're going to actually build a alternative nanofactory to accelerate construction.
At your service. We're taking power.
Lending my expertise.
Order is returning.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
Order is returning.
Okay, there's the plasma cannon complete. Next one immediately pops up, so we'll go ahead and do the next one as well. If we close this and reopen it, it'll be in the list where we're expecting it to be. Near the top. Yeah. Okay, automated solar platform kit. We'll pick that up. I don't think we're going to actually use it, but might as well pick it up.
We're in control here.
We're in control. Okay. And now we wait for the executive to come into control. That is the next line on the fusion drives. Probably not going to use that, but we have it if we want to change our mind. I think we get to skip until, I think it's the 6th drive before we have to research one to go up the tree. I remember from the last playthrough. Okay, before we move on, we'll drop into the defend interest here.
Making things safe for our people.
North Korea, I don't think they unfriended. Did they unfriend? Looks like they unfriended, okay. This isn't going to really slow us down because we still have to wait for the executive to get control of, but 103 days in, plus it has to be after the 7th of September we can put in the Federation.
Protecting our interests.
Offering support.
Okay, the mine is upgraded to... So the question is, do I want to take the mine offline to upgrade it again? We're a little low in nobles. I think the answer is no, because obviously upgrading is going to cost nobles. Quick build modules off so we can take a look. Okay, the building it's not going to cost that much. It's only 7.5. But it is going to take it off the line, and it is the difference between making like 3 a day and not making 3 a day. And we're going to get 1 a day extra by upgrading it. That's actually almost an argument to upgrade it, though. And as long as I don't do anything with the nanofactory, we can do that reasonably quickly. Okay, let's solve myself in the upgrade. 117 days. And when it's done, we'll have enough power. Okay. Yeah, maybe a place that actually has enough nobles that will actually warrant putting the admin tower up just to get more nobles. That's how terrible we are in nobles that I'm thinking about that.
Things are cooling off.
Violence is abating.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Those are mining comments, okay. No longer considered hostile to the European Union? Good, that should help stabilize the European Union. Oh, the European Union is also up to 9.99 sustainability, although they got 100,000 million tons of pollution to get rid of. Yeah, that's gonna take a while. Working up that democracy. Yeah, otherwise it's looking pretty good there. We're down to 361,000 tons in Singapore.
Where do you need me?
Okay, where were you? You were in China. So China is stable. It's reasonably supporting us. We'd like the cohesion to go up. In fact, the cohesion at this point should be trending up, so that's fine. Okay. Although in some ways we may be doing things to lower it in the future. We'll see how long that lasts. Let's have you public campaign in Vietnam.
Telling our story.
While you come in and
Where to?
purge Vietnam.
Terminating the opposition.
And then I don't suppose you're off of direct. Yeah, you haven't. Hasn't been a year yet. That refreshes on average every year after you spend it. Direct investment.
Offering counsel.
Okay, that's the tier 3. There we go. Apparently I need more power. Fusion reactor array didn't finish. Okay. Well, we'll upgrade the battle station. We got a nanofactory under construction. Let's add a manufacturing complex under construction. Here we're going to run heavy fusion. So we can afford to build it in the first place. Oh, this is the radioactive location, so we could get antimatter farm here to collect the antimatter. So those will do that. And then we want the mine. The helium-3 mine. There it is. And then we want enough power to power that all. Which apparently we have. You make 900. Oh, apparently we're making enough off of the heavy fusion reactor. So that's actually fine. What we'll do in the future is probably overwrite the construction modules as the improvements come online. I may even be tempted to make this up as a new space station, although we probably won't bother. It's probably faster to go places from Mercury at the cost of a bunch of fuel.
Violence is abating.
Things are stabilizing.
Things are stabilizing. We're winning their hearts and minds.
Okay.
We've removed some threats.
Purged our first one in Vietnam. Don't spoil there. New ring core for low mercury. Okay, so we're still going to be waiting on those until the 2nd of June. That is 2nd June of next year, so that is quite a bit of time out. Oh, we're not at the gas station. That's why. I'm like, why can't I see what it costs to refuel? Because you're not at the gas station. Oh, in fact, I've just screwed up and docked them at the gas station, refueling them. There's a bunch of manufacturing complexes in Earth. We're now getting the full economy bonus in Earth. You know, we'll join this with India 430. These can then share propellants. Get to the same fuel level. Anyway, still need more to be ready to fly. These are
What's
fast
up?
ships, not fuel efficient. Well, they're reasonably fuel efficient, just antimatter is a very special fuel. Where's the next
Targeting
one?
their position.
Fusion tank energy. All nations immediately receive 30 days investment points. So that is that number right there. So 22.6 immediately gets invested. And on plan completion, all in-game techs trigger a reroll to unlock missed projects for all factions. So this should help us try to find the antimatter power plant that we missed, I think. Energy and Xenology products. Each faction previously failed to trigger have a chance to unlock, yes. We're going to follow it up with life to encourage... Well, we do have one person that's still in declining, or that recovered from declining. We just had one of them die, so we'll see if we can keep the other one alive.
I will help them.
Okay, we're just going to keep repeating that project. I don't necessarily need the control points, but I also don't necessarily need the research at this point.
Things are cooling off.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Oh, and you got up to 10. You're a small nation. It probably doesn't make sense to run environment quite that heavy. We'll swap the mix like that. Run a little bit of environment. Run the economy a little bit hotter. We'll run a little bit of welfare so you don't... this will probably cause you to trend down in inequality, which is maybe not what we want, but that'll be better for whenever we merge you into a nation. Because otherwise you'll be raising the inequality nation we push you into. Another ship, another fleet is coming for low Earth orbit. So I need to save up nobles so that we can refuel the combat fleet.
It was Bertrand Russell who defined the distinction between knowledge by description and knowledge by acquaintance. Soon, so very soon, our understanding of distant worlds will not stem from mere readings and photographs, but instead from walking upon alien soil. Director Khalid Al-Ashgar, Project Exodus press briefing.
Project Exodus, you see, wants to go to a different solar system. So now we're only in the future. Future techs do get more expensive the more you do them. Although a lot of them, if you're playing for that effect, that's good. That effect's a bit meh, as long as you keep the aliens off the planet. This effect's a little meh. Although, that's because you generally don't replace in calendars, and 5 XP doesn't really matter much. We're gonna take out the materials one here. Victor 6 is arriving. Low Earth. Let's see if we can jump them with the Earth Defense Fleet shortly after arrival. We would arrive... "11 hours after they arrive." No, actually, that arrives after they get, or before they get here. We honestly want to arrive at them at the same time they get here. Yeah, I think that's the one we want to do. We'll just wait until they get here. Worst case scenario, we'll have to intercept. We'll have to go to where they're going to catch them.
Our associates are now in charge.
Associates are now in charge. Antimatter particle cannons, cool. Some of these are sort of cool things that we don't need. Because the laser plasma at this point in the game, at least you run enough armor, it just works in everything. They have arrived. Okay. Are they just camping on low Earth orbit? Oh, that's how serious they are about needing escorts for the surveillance mission, huh? Okay. The exotic pinata apparently has arrived at Earth. Okay, India is stable. Do some public campaigning in India.
We must persuade the people.
I'm here,
Here, you purge the last point.
terminating the opposition.
Waiting for the executive to be in control there. I think we... Yeah, we've already got the friends with you. So let's
What's
get
the op?
you... Say national policy in China.
Time to make our move.
Where
You don't have a
to?
job. You don't have a job. As you finish stabilizing America for the moment. They're gonna continue to trend down, but that's fine. Oh, we're gonna need public campaign there. Again, back to public campaign.
I will
EU.
try to sway the public.
Firm assignment, let some time pass. Space battle. They are running for it. Surprisingly. Oh, I think I need to delay this. I think I need to... actually give some pursuit to Victor 6. Yeah, just give it a 0 energy pursuit. Gauge you. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna go back to the station. We're only up here for surveillance, so... As much as I prefer them not to do that, apparently we don't have enough velocity on these guys to chase.
Offering assistance.
You know what I'll do is we'll grab the one at Mercury. The one at Mercury is not quite so expensive to be flying aggressively. Oh, that's still part of the guard system. Okay. Where's the Mercury one? Lunar. Stream Mercury. There we go. You guys, go to the gas station at Earth. These guys have 30 KPS. They're going to be a little bit better for chasing.
Order is returning.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
You have arrived at Jupiter orbit, beginning refueling. So another question is, did you refuel entirely? No, because I am out of phantom matter. Okay. Well, we'll just wait until we get enough antimatter for a refuel. Only 0.64.
We've moved the needle.
Hunter Killer, tactical mission, tactical unit stuff, okay. Xenological monitoring, okay. Independence for the Bahamas.
Policy direction complete.
Federate. Oh, I can do Singapore as well. We'll do Laos first. Because we want to be integrating Laos. I'm going to leave Singapore independent because it's just stable. As long as no one's trying to take Singapore, we'll leave Singapore as Singapore.
Our people have taken control.
You complete transfer to Ceres orbit. Begin repairs. It's my antimatter again. Okay. The core economic region. Okay. New construction module. Beretta. It's fine. Direct investment. We're not ready to direct invest in Singapore yet for more boost. Completed repairs. Select you. Are you even fuelly refueled? No. Okay. So we're struggling a little bit with the fact that we went through the antimatter supply. We're like, hey, yeah, antimatter feels like it's infinite because it's so fuel efficient. It's like, yeah, until you start flying around the galaxy at warp speed, and then you wonder where all your antimatter went. Kind of don't have the antimatter for doing 5-6 week burns with everything. I'll have to be a little bit more patient. I'll grab some espionage on you. We'll grab some science. You want science. Science for you. You want command. And I think this is a good place to put in a part break. So we're expanding our antimatter production so we can be more aggressive with our big ships. Otherwise, we're back onto running fusion ships, I think, for aggressive maneuvers. Which is why we are, because we've got spare tech. I'm not actively researching it. Well, we will be going up the fusion line, I think, for inertial confinement. It's just so we can have better drives. We can do better drives, but we are patient. That don't cost antimatter, or combine this with the antimatter so we can have fleets doing X, fleets doing Y. We'll see. And then our other big bottleneck is nobles. We're not having enough nobles to do everything we want to do nobles-wise. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, sorry for the abrupt ending to the previous part. That was a blue screen of death. Computer came back from it fine and did it really fast, but that's why that part ended weirdly. This is where we're going to put this part ending in. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to do the midstream tea break, where I go get a new cup of tea, because I am desperate for a break after basically not taking the last one. Basically, I rushed to recover from the blue screen of death, so it'll be a slightly longer break here as I go replace the cup of tea. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.